prisons around the world suffer from overcrowding, as you will read. Open to find that cells meant to contain only 10 inmates have been reported to hold over 100 inmates at a single time. One would think that the prison staff would be harsh with inmates, but who knew that the degree of harshness would be so high that these very officers would inflict torture, rape, and murder inmates due to their very own sadist persona. In some prisons, the guards were not the problem, but in fact, the detainees were. The MS-13 gang is notorious for being part of the most violent. The gang caused dangerous prison riots in history, hurting officers and inmates. However, prisons all over the world are going through drastic changes. Governments are forced to increase transparency, curtail torture, and human rights violations due to public demand. Earlier this year, President Joe Biden signed an executive order to curtail the federal government's use of private prisons. The Golani prison was once a place where corruption was normal. On September 18, 2012, Georgian national TV channels released video footage that contained recordings of inmates being raped, tortured, and beaten by the prison staff. The worldwide broadcast was met with protests being orchestrated by students and citizens of Georgia. Orders were issued to prosecute and convict guards that were guilty of torturing and abusing human rights. A zero tolerance for violation of human rights policy was issued by the government. Camp 22, also known as Horyong concentration camp, was a prison camp located in North Korea. It was one of the largest political prison camps in North Korea, where thousands of prisoners were held in extremely harsh conditions. The camp was located near the city of Horyong in the northeastern part of North Korea. It was established in the 1960s and was primarily used to hold political prisoners, including those who were accused of attempting to defect from North Korea, as well as their families. Prisoners in Camp 22 were subjected to forced labor, torture, and executions. They were forced to work in mines, factories, and farms for long hours without adequate food or medical care. Many prisoners died due to starvation, disease, or overwork. The conditions in Camp 22 were exposed by defectors and human rights organizations, which led to international condemnation of North Korea's human rights record. The North Korean government denied the existence of such camps, but later admitted to their existence, claiming that they were being used to reform political dissidents. In recent years, there have been reports of the closure of Camp 22, although it is unclear what has happened to the prisoners who were held there. The human rights situation in North Korea remains a matter of great concern, and the country continues to be widely criticized for its treatment of political prisoners and other human rights abuses. San Quentin Prison is a state prison located in Marin County, California, USA. It is situated on a 432-acre site on the shore of San Francisco Bay, approximately 12 miles north of San Francisco. The prison was opened in 1852 and is the oldest prison in California. San Quentin has a maximum security facility that houses some of the most dangerous and violent criminals in the state, including death row inmates. The prison has been the subject of controversy over the years due to its harsh living conditions, high suicide rates, and history of violence. San Quentin also has a number of vocational and educational programs designed to help inmates prepare for their eventual release. These programs include adult basic education, high school equivalency classes, vocational training, and college courses. Black Dolphin Prison, also known as Penal Colony No. 6, is a maximum security prison located in the Orenburg region of Russia. It is considered to be one of the toughest prisons in Russia and is designed to hold some of the most dangerous criminals in the country, including serial killers and terrorists. The prison was opened in 2002, and its name comes from the black dolphin statue that stands at the entrance. The statue depicts a dolphin with a black granite ball in its mouth, which is meant to symbolize the prisoners being locked up and the guards having the key to their freedom. Black Dolphin Prison is known for its strict regime, with inmates being subjected to a rigorous schedule of work, exercise, and study. They are housed in small, single cells and are under constant surveillance. The prison also has a reputation for being one of the most violent in Russia, with reports of physical abuse and torture by guards. Inmates at Black Dolphin Prison are not eligible for parole and can be sentenced to life imprisonment. The prison has been the subject of controversy over the years, with human rights organizations and some Russian politicians calling for reforms to its practices. The ADX Florence Supermax facility is a federal prison located in Florence, Colorado, USA. It is the only federal Supermax prison in the United States and is designed to hold the most dangerous and violent inmates in the federal prison system. The facility was opened in 1994 and is operated by the Federal Bureau of Prisons. It is home to some of the most notorious criminals in American history, including terrorists, serial killers, and organized crime bosses. Inmates at ADX Florence are held in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day, with limited contact with other inmates or prison staff. They are allowed 1 hour of recreation per day in a small outdoor area. The cells are designed to be soundproof and have small windows that allow very limited natural light. Inmates are monitored constantly by surveillance cameras and are subject to frequent strip searches. The prison is considered to be one of the most secure in the world, with high-tech surveillance systems, heavily armed guards, and extensive perimeter fencing. Inmates at ADX Florence are unlikely to ever leave the prison, as they are usually serving multiple life sentences or have been deemed too dangerous to be released back into society. Arthur Road Jail is a prison located in Mumbai, India. It was built in the late 19th century and is one of the oldest prisons in the country. The prison is named after Arthur Crawford, the first municipal commissioner of Mumbai. Arthur Road Jail is designed to hold both pretrial detainees and convicted prisoners. It has a capacity of about 800 prisoners, but often holds many more due to overcrowding. The prison is divided into several sections based on the type of inmates, including women, juveniles, and those sentenced to death. Inmates at Arthur Road Jail are provided with basic amenities such as food, clothing, and medical care, but conditions are often reported to be poor. Overcrowding, lack of sanitation, and inadequate health care have been ongoing issues at the prison. The prison has housed several high-profile inmates over the years, including Bollywood actor Sanjay Dutt, who served time for illegal possession of weapons in connection with the 1993 Mumbai bombings, and underworld don Chhota Rajan, who was extradited from Indonesia in 2015.